Even though Star Wars premiered on May 25th, 1977, Kenner didn't sign the licensing deal until that summer. With the holiday season fast approaching, the company quickly realized there wasn't enough time to design, sculpt, produce, and package a full line of action figures. The result was the now legendary empty box solution. A bold move born out of necessity, but the pressure of that rushed timeline led to some questionable decisions along the way. Hi, I'm Alex, and welcome back to Star Wars Relics. Today I'm counting down the top 11 Star Wars characters who never got an action figure. Since Kenner didn't sign the license for Star Wars until the summer of 1977, you have to ask yourself, did anyone from Kenner actually go see the movie and report back? To be fair, Kenner was taking a huge gamble on something only a few toy companies had tried before. For example, Mego's Planet of the Apes action figure line that had been released in 1974. That gamble by Kenner began with 12 figures and then expanded by 8 more later in 1978. Here are my top 11 notable exceptions. Coming in at number 11, the Rebel Honor Guard. I always thought they looked so cool. Back then, I really wanted to recreate the victory celebration scene, but I only ever had one X-Wing pilot to work with. I would have absolutely loved these figures. They would have made for an awesome army builder. At number 10, Garandan, better known as Long Snoot, the Imperial spy who tails our heroes to Docking Bay 94 and tips off the stormtroopers. I always thought he looked great. That long snout was fantastic, but what really stood out was his strange voice. Considering how low the bar was for some of the original 20 figures, this one feels like a surprising miss. And imagine this, he would have come with a vinyl cape. At number 9, the Rebel Ground Crew. In typical fashion, the glory went to the pilots in the cockpits, while the ground crew, the ones who actually made the flights possible, were overlooked. I always thought they looked great and could have made excellent army builders. They would have also made my victory celebration a whole lot grander. At number 8, the Modal Nodes. Their contribution to Star Wars cannot be understated. The catchiest cantina tune in the entire galaxy. They're a cool looking alien species and would have completed anyone's cantina display. I would have been happy with either a single musician or the entire band. The only real question, would they have come with a blaster? At number 7, Dr. Cornelius Evazan. If you're going to make Walrus Man figure, you have to make Dr. Cornelius Evazan. Like Chewie and Han or R2 and 3PO, he's Walrus Man's voice. I'm not sure I would have asked for him, but something tells me I would have ended up with a couple of them anyway. At number 6, General Jan Dodona, the military leader of the Rebel Alliance on Yavin 4. You'd think that would have been enough. He has lines, solid screen time, and even shares several scenes with Leia. What probably hurt his chances, though, was that he didn't look like a military leader. He looked more like another Obi-Wan. At number 5, the Imperial Officer. I know we finally got a Rebel officer in the Empire Strikes Back line, but we really should have had an Imperial officer in the Star Wars line. No Admiral Motti, no officer for the detention block or conference room. We did get the mashup Death Squad commander, but that's just not the same. At number 4, Death Star Leia. I'm not letting this one go. We should have received a Death Star Leia. There is no way she would have stayed in the same outfit she was captured in. The Empire would have given her something else to wear, and it would have helped convey the passage of time in the story. Plus, it would have given us a different card image. At number 3, the TIE Fighter pilot. Just like the Imperial officer, we wouldn't see the TIE Fighter pilot until the Empire Strikes Back line. But come on! You released the TIE Fighter, how could you not release the pilot? At number 2, the Rebel Trooper. Probably number 1 on a lot of lists. After all, who didn't want to replay the Tantive 4 boarding scene? A couple of these troopers would have completely changed the way my storylines played out, but they just barely miss out on the top spot. At number 1, Grand Moff Wilhoff Tarkin, Governor of the Outer Rim Territories. The biggest omission of all. Numerous on-screen appearances, plenty of lines, and he's the man responsible for the destruction of Alderaan. Tarkin has so much presence, such command, and I'm honestly bewildered that he never got a figure. Well, what did you think of my countdown of the top Star Wars characters who did not get an action figure? Who would have been your number one? Did I miss anyone? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your picks. As always, thank you to everyone who subscribed and especially to those who take the time to comment. I really appreciate it. I also post the episode's thumbnail 24 hours in advance on the Star Wars Relics Facebook page, so be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.